Welcome back, horror fans. Today I am back with a new horror movie review. We are diving into Wolfman, Leigh Whannell's highly anticipated take on the classic werewolf tale. For those of you who don't know, Leigh Whannell is the mastermind behind The Invisible Man that came out in 2020, which is a psychological horror that surprised everyone with its bold storytelling at the time. So expectations were sky high for this one, but here's the burning question: did it deliver? Well, we are about to find out. The story follows Blake, played by Christopher Abbott, a struggling writer and father who inherits his estranged father's cabin in the secluded Oregon woods. Joined by his wife Charlotte, played by the always excellent Julia Garner, and their daughter Ginger, portrayed by rising star Matilda Firth. The family sets out for what they hope will be a fresh start. But of course, this is a horror film, and things end up taking a dark turn when they are attacked by a mysterious creature that spends most of the movie hunting this poor family. Blake begins to undergo terrifying changes, transforming both physically and emotionally. The film's strength lies in portraying not just the horror outside, but also the unraveling of the family dynamic as Blake's humanity slips away and starts transforming into this beast. Now, let's talk about what works. Leigh Whannell's direction shines through in the film's atmosphere from start to finish. He masterfully uses sound design to create a tense and immersive experience. For example, during Blake's transformation scenes, the sound of bones cracking and skin stretching is both horrifying and visual. It's a true masterclass in body horror if you like that kind of thing. In fact, I think body horror fans will love this film. Christopher Abbott is phenomenal as Blake. His performance captures the struggles of a man who's losing control, and yet we also feel his pain and despair. The visuals are definitely one of the main standouts in this film. Whannell opted for practical effects over CGI, which is always a massive win-win for me, and it really does pay off. The werewolf design feels gritty and raw, grounding the horror in reality. However, as always, this movie doesn't come without its flaws. Now, while Blake's character is richly developed from start to finish, Julia Garner's character Charlotte doesn't get the depth that she deserves. Her character feels hugely underutilized, which is a massive shame given Julia's talent. I mean, this is the actress who pulled out all the stops in Apartment 7A, which was one of my favorite horror movies of 2024. So it is a massive shame that her character wasn't properly used and properly utilized in the right way, at least, in my opinion. I felt that the film's pacing also drags at certain times. Now, Whannell focuses so much on Blake's transformation that the story really does lose momentum towards the middle of the film. I mean, some scenes, they feel so repetitive, and I couldn't help but wish the narrative just explored the lore of the werewolf myths more deeply. Not only that, but as soon as Blake is fully transformed into this werewolf beast, the final act is pretty much just him chasing Charlotte and Ginger around the forest, and at one moment they're in a cabin, they're in some hut, they're up the treehouse towards the end, and I was just finding myself clock watching in the final act, and that is never a good sign. I do feel that a lot of that third act could have been either shorter or maybe just included something completely different than just, the werewolf chasing his human family around for about 20-25 minutes. It had the opportunity to show us something different, and it didn't deliver on that. There were some really amazing nail-biting moments in the lead-up and within the storytelling, and also during the opening scene I was a little bit on the edge of my seat, and I was hooked and I was engaged, but somewhere or something just changes in the last half an hour of this movie that just caused me to completely lose interest, and I think the reason for that is just everything that I've just discussed. But yeah, that is such a massive shame. So where does Wolfman stand for me? Well, I do feel that Leigh Whannell has given us a film that does excel in atmosphere, performance and visuals. Now, fans of the body horror genre and Whannell's style will find plenty to appreciate in this movie, but in my own personal opinion, the film's uneven pacing and underdeveloped characters hold it back from achieving its true greatness. That said, it is still a solid entry in Universal's Monsterverse reboot. It may not redefine the werewolf genre, I think that is a very difficult job to do, but it is a step in the right direction, and this movie is definitely worth a watch. So, after all of my thoughts, I am going to give Wolfman a solid 6 out of 10. It could have been higher, it could have been, but as it stands for me, 6 out of 10. But hey, that is just my take and my opinion. What about you guys? What did you think of Wolfman? Did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments box below. And also guys, if you enjoyed this review today, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more deep dives into horror. Thank you all for watching today guys. I will catch you all in my next video.